So today I just wanted to show you guys this cookbook that I really love. Well, it's not really a cookbook. I guess it's a baking book, if that's what you want to call it. I am a cookie fiend. I love making cookies for people and giving them as gifts. And this particular book is really, really fun. It's got all different kinds, so many recipes. I don't know how many exactly are in here, but I've tried maybe about 3 or 4 of them so far. If it were up to me, I'd be making cookies every week, which I almost do. But, you know, I try to limit it to special occasions and holidays and things like that. What I also love about this book is that it's full of pictures, and that is key for a good cookbook, in my opinion. It's very colorful, and there are so many unique ideas. I'm not sure if most of these are original recipes or if they are adapted recipes, because these are vegan cookies, and a lot of the times recipes are just adapted from other cookbooks, and which is fine because, you know, it gives me a chance to try something new. But I'm sure a lot of them are unique. As you can see, the author here has these cookie lollipops, which I haven't made these just yet. They look really cute. I have a feeling they would really just be for like a gift, because I personally wouldn't even bother putting a cookie on a stick. I think I would just eat the cookie itself. So I'm just going to flip through a little bit. I love this chapter because I find this to be the most fun chapter. This is purely cookies that are inspired by drinks, as you can see from the title. They have apple cider cookies and eggnog cookies, which I obviously won't be doing that anytime soon, but when the season is right, I will definitely give those a try, because I love eggnog during Christmas. And a lot of other fun stuff in here. These are the eggnog cookies. They look so good. I'm sure they wouldn't look quite as yummy if I made them myself. They always look better in the picture, of course. These I've actually made. These are pink lemonade cookies. You can see they've got that kind of pinkish cream filling. I made them actually in moon shapes. My friend and I were having a Sailor Moon watching party, and they were pretty good. Not quite as lemony as I thought they would be, being that they pink lemonade cookies. I thought they'd be a little bit more flavor packed, but they were still pretty good and very cute, in my opinion, and fairly easy to make, which is a plus. And there's a lot of other fun ones in here. Spicy hot chocolate cookies, spicy Mexican hot chocolate cookies, sorry, that sound really, really good to me. And I apologize if you can hear any outdoor sounds. It is very warm outside, and for some reason that always seems to compel people to do yard work. I would think that it would encourage them to want to avoid doing work outside, but it seems to have the opposite effect. So I've been trying to find a quiet time to do this, but that seems to be ongoing throughout this day. So anyway, I feel like the combination of chocolate and spiciness, I'm not sure what this recipe uses. Let's see. Oh, cayenne pepper. I've been noticing a lot of spice and chocolate combinations being popular lately. I haven't actually tried it myself, but it sounds interesting. Pina colada cookie bars. These almost look like they might be a little bit too rich for me. Not that I wouldn't try it. I have quite the sweet tooth. I always have. But in terms of what I would want to go to the trouble to actually make, this probably won't be too high up on my list. They look a little kind of sickeningly sweet. They might not be, but just from the picture it looks very pineapple-y, obviously, but I'm sure they're still yummy. I'm obviously not going to go over every single recipe, but I do have a few marked here. Okay. These are the White Russian cookies, which I was very excited about making, because although I've never had a White Russian before, I've always wanted to, and it just sounds so good to me. I know I could easily just go somewhere and order one, but as you might have guessed by the title of this book, which actually I don't think I said, but I think I did mention it's a vegan cookbook. That is the dietary guidelines that I follow. So White Russians are kind of off the menu for me unless I make them myself, with substitutions. So it's something that I could do, I just haven't as of now. I guess for somebody like me, I'm just more prone to making the cookies that taste like it. But I just thought this was so fun. A White Russian cookie, it sounds perfect, with the nice coffee flavor, and there's chocolate shavings on the top. So I made these over the weekend, and they were very good. I don't know if it tastes like a White Russian, but very, very good. I thought they they were a little chewy, and they didn't come out as dark as the picture shows. Mine came out much lighter, closer to the color of the icing, actually, which isn't as pretty, because, you know, you like having that contrast in color. We do eat with our eyes, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm past the drink chapter, and I believe this chapter is all about cookies with different kinds of nuts in them. Oh, and by the way, I think I still haven't mentioned the title, even though it was visible before. This book is called The Vegan Cookie Connoisseur, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that. Okay, yes. Just had to make sure I don't want to be sued. Okay. So, as you can see, it's just really bright and colorful, and we've barely scratched the surface. There are so many recipes. You can see how thick this book is. These were really good. I made these, and they were nice and soft. I like really soft cookies. I can eat any kind, really. Crunchy is fine too. It's just a personal preference. I like that melt in your mouth quality. And what I really like about these is that this recipe, I could probably make this right now. These are things that I generally just have on hand, like peanut butter and chocolate chips. I buy huge bags of chocolate chips from like Costco because I bake all the time. Of course, mine are dark chocolate chips because no dairy. But yeah, I brought these to a Super Bowl party this year, and I love bringing vegan cookies and not telling anybody that they're egg and dairy free, and seeing people's reactions, you know, when they like them. That's a really good feeling. And then telling them that they're vegan. I like kind of changing people's perceptions of what vegan food is, and really just who vegans are, because sometimes we get a bad rap, which can be frustrating. A lot of people have this perception that we're going to throw red paint on everyone, and that we condemn others who don't follow the same diet that we do. And I try to promote just acceptance of other people's choices, and I'm always happy to answer questions about my diet, as long as they're respectful, because I sit down to dinner with my family every night, and they're meat eaters, and we get along just fine. I don't give any dirty looks, and so I just try to kind of break that mold, or that perception, and that's very important to me, to just eat the way that feels right to me. That's a huge part of who I am. So anyway, about these cookies, when I brought them to the party, everybody seemed to really enjoy them. They were so soft and good. I didn't realize that the host of the party doesn't like peanut butter. A lot of people seem to love it or hate it. Most people I know love it, but he was not exactly the most gracious host. He's and he stuffed one of these cookies in his mouth, and then looked at me with his mouth full and said, "Are these peanut butter cookies?" I guess he thought they were just regular chocolate chip. And I nodded, not knowing that that would be an issue for him. And he literally just spat it out in front of me, which didn't really surprise me. That's kind of just how he is. But yeah, I didn't know that he didn't like peanut butter, but he was not afraid to make that very clear. So anyway, let's see if I can find something else interesting. All the peanut butter recipes have worked out well for me, and I do tend to make them more than the other ones because, again, they're just availability of ingredients is a huge factor for me. I'm much more likely to make something if I just have the ingredients. I don't like having to go shopping for just one or two things. That's just how I am, I guess. These look so cute. Oh my goodness. Almond butter cookies. These are so pretty. I love pumpkin. I know I could probably make these anytime, but I really do try to stick with the flavors of the season. Obviously, these are more of an autumn cookie, but pumpkin and chocolate chip, oh, so good. Pumpkin also tends to make cookies and cakes very soft, which I love. That's just, yeah, I love autumn. I really love Halloween, and I had a party last year that I made so much food for. I had a lot of fun. It was work, but it was fun. So I thought about making these today, but I decided not to, because I have some bananas that need to be used, but this only uses 1/3 of a cup of mashed banana. Also, I really just need to slow down because I already made cookies a few days ago. Granted, they're gone because I tend to give them away, but yeah, it's hard for me to resist. I love coconut too. These look really good. Let's see. I marked the recipes, or at least some of the recipes that I've actually done. Oh, never mind. I haven't done these, but I did mark them because I really, really want to. These are chocolate peppermint cream nice contrast. And you have to have the food coloring. They do make the natural kind, which I have. It's so funny because I know there's no difference between, something mint flavored that doesn't have the green and something that does, but I guess it's just a mental thing. I really want it to be green. Yeah, I guess for some reason, if it's not green, it makes me think of like toothpaste, and it's just much less appetizing to me that way. So, yeah, I really want to make these. Again, I don't think they'll come out quite this pretty. I'm envisioning myself trying to cut them all up and making a mess, but it probably still tastes pretty good. So, I'll go through just a few more. So I definitely recommend this book if you are new to vegan baking or really just want to try something new, even if you're not vegan, or if you have some loved ones in your life who are vegan, this is a great gift. But I think it's a good idea just to experiment with something different from time to time. I haven't done too much gluten-free baking, or possibly none at all, because a lot of the times gluten-free recipes require multiple types of flours to create the perfect balance. It's hard to get that with just one kind of flour that's gluten-free, unless you get a special mixture that's already blended, but those tend to be a little expensive sometimes. Or maybe there's a brand out there that isn't too expensive. I'm not too sure. I haven't dabbled too much in the gluten-free world. So, but my aunt is following a not completely gluten-free diet, but I'd say about 80% gluten-free. So I should definitely make these for her. Her birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks, so there are plenty of chocolate chip recipes in this book too. I think there may be a whole chapter just on chocolate chip cookies. There's even some Girl Scout cookie type of recipes in this, like the Samoas. They can't call it that, of course, but it's pretty obvious what it is. So it's just about